Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel and video. We are taking a deep look to story of Shan-e-Meraj. Shan-e-Meraj, also known as Laylatul-Meraj, is one of the most significant events in Islamic history. It commemorates the night journey Isra and Ascension Miraj of the Prophet Muhammad PBUH to the heavens. The event is believed to have occurred around the 27th night of the Islamic month of Rajab, though the exact date may vary depending on different traditions. The journey of Isra, the night journey. The story of Shan-e-Meraj begins with the Prophet Muhammad PBUH in Mecca during a time of personal hardship after the death of his wife Khadijah and his uncle Abu Talib, and the rejection of his message by the people of Taif. One night, the angel Gabriel appeared to the Prophet while he was resting in the Kaaba. Jibril took him to the Buraq, a special steed, and to set off on a miraculous journey called Isra. During the journey, the Prophet Muhammad PBUH is said to have traveled from the Kaaba in Mecca to the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. This part of the journey is known as Isra. It is narrated that during this journey, the Prophet passed by several significant locations and saw various signs, including encounters with previous prophets, such as Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, peace be upon them, who greeted him along the way. Upon reaching Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, the Prophet Muhammad PBUH led the other prophets in prayer, signifying his leadership and the completion of his mission. This prayer is seen as a spiritual and symbolic act that connects the various prophets in the history of Islam. The ascension to the heavens Miraj. After completing the journey to Jerusalem, the second part of the miraculous event began, the ascension to the heavens, known as the Miraj. The Prophet Muhammad PBUH ascended through the 7 heavens, where he encountered various prophets and angels along the way. Each heaven is said to be guarded by an angel, and as the Prophet ascended, he met figures like Adam in the first heaven, John the Baptist and Jesus in the second heaven, Joseph in the third heaven, Idris in the fourth heaven, Aaron in the fifth heaven, Moses in the sixth heaven, and Abraham in the seventh heaven. In each of the heavens, the Prophet was greeted by the prophets who had come before him, and each offered blessings upon him. The journey culminated at the Sidrat al-Muntaha, a tree that marks the boundary beyond which no creation can pass. It is here that the Prophet Muhammad PBUH is said to have had a direct encounter with Allah, receiving instructions and guidance for his followers. The command for prayer salah. One of the most significant aspects of the Miraj was the command for Muslims to perform the 5 daily prayers salah. Initially, Allah commanded 50 prayers to be performed daily, but after the Prophet Muhammad PBUH returned and consulted with Prophet Moses, who advised him to ask for a reduction, the number of daily prayers was reduced to 5. This reduction, however, maintained the spiritual benefit of 50 prayers. The 5 daily prayers became a central pillar of Islamic worship and practice, and they are still observed by Muslims worldwide today. The return to earth. After the ascension, the Prophet Muhammad PBUH returned to Mecca. His journey, though it took place in a single night, was miraculous in its speed and nature. The events of the night were a source of immense spiritual significance for the Prophet and for the early Muslim community. The importance of Shan-e-Meraj. Shan-e-Meraj holds great spiritual significance in Islam. It is a night of worship, reflection, and prayer. When Muslims remember the Prophet's miraculous journey and his direct encounter with Allah, many Muslims observe this night by offering extra prayers, reading the Quran, and seeking forgiveness for their sins. The night serves as a reminder of the importance of the 5 daily prayers and the central role of the Prophet Muhammad